Who is Patriji? Today, there's a growing movement of individuals on earth who have embraced a vegetarian lifestyle and are experiencing profound personal transformations through the practice of meditation. True self-improvement extends beyond themselves as they strive to inspire and empower others to embark on the same journey. Individuals known as the Pyramid Masters have wholeheartedly dedicated their lives to the vision of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The driving force behind their passion and inspiration is none other than Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. Patriji has spent over 30 years tirelessly spreading spiritual wisdom and promoting meditation, reaching individuals from all walks of life, regardless of their social status, caste or creed, just like the great Buddha. Sri Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji has dedicated his life to the propagation of meditation and spiritual growth without any form of discrimination. His life was dedicated to the spiritual age. His work was for a world of non-violence. His will is to transform earth into heaven. The works he undertook were not just one or two, but many. With every passing minute, every breath, Patriji dedicated himself to serving humanity on spiritual level. In order to honor the aspirations and ideals of this remarkable individual and to inspire future generations,
A very good morning, wonderful afternoon, and a great evening, dear friends and masters joining us from across the globe. Welcome to day 16 of Presence. And today is a great day, as you could see in the video. Birthday of Brahmarshi Pitama Patriji, founder, Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement, and key inspiration of Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Patriji showed us how one man's thought, one man's belief in himself and belief in his idea can change and empower the lives of millions across the globe. Being present, being in the present moment, Patriji showed us being mindful in whatever we are doing, being aware in whatever we are doing, totally being there. That is true presence. And as we could see in the video, Patriji inspired many to follow the path of meditation and empowered them. We have stories of masters sharing how their lives changed before and after meditation. These stories, lakhs of stories across the world, is because there was one man who thought about this idea of meditation and people could follow this path. So, with this, dear friend, I now hand over to our beloved Chandra sir, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha madam, for what Patriji brought. For articulating few points about grandmasters, what they bring. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. Great afternoon, evening. When I was growing up, I used to be fascinated to hear my grandmother mentioned She met Mahatma Gandhiji. Then later, of course, Swami Vivekananda, he was there in our books, textbooks, a lot of inspiration. What would it be to be meeting, to be spending time with masters who are historic in nature, who created history? There's never in sight what it would be to be with Gautama Buddha. But then I recognized that I met this grandmaster, Patriji, who kept saying that Gautama Buddha is reincarnating as Maitreya Buddha 2,500 years later. A Buddha who is fundamentally comes with a core value as Maitreya, friendship. That is coming, Buddha's consciousness is coming back 2,500 years later as Maitreya Buddha. Precisely that Patriji came back as this Maitreya Buddha. In the current time, friendship to everybody and everything. And friendship did not stop with Patriji, with humans. It's friendship with everything. So this grandmaster, which I did not know when I met, all I knew was that he is someone who is Zen-like, who is talking, who is primarily teaching Sabine by looking at him, by his way of doing things, is more learning, or equally learning, of equal learning value, compared to not simply listening to him. It's a direct experience the Zen masters bring. And so in a few years later, recognized that we all are in the consciousness of another grand master who made history, who was there fundamentally to reincarnate out of great compassion, not to burn their karma, but come back to reincarnate, to shift the consciousness of the planet. How would it be possible otherwise that millions of people who have their own initiatives to take meditation in so many ways? There are so many masters that Patriji created who are fundamentally taking the core essence that we are consciousness, we are gods come inside. We can master and have a great life here. We become great masters. Masters means know everything about everything. And so then you can have super clarity about moment to moment about how to live a life. And then we can be greatest friends to everything out there, to the plants, to the animals, to the human kingdom, to the angels, to the mineral kingdom, to everything we are great friends. The impact to me and then to all Buddhas, was to many, many pyramid masters has been so much that there is no me before meditation, before Patriji, versus after Patriji. Everything is different. Everything in the life is different. He emphasized learning from animal beings. He emphasized learning from children. He emphasized learning from women. His teachings have been significantly thought-provoking. Exactly opposite to what is done. But then he said, learn from animals. Be in silence. Learn from children. Learn to be not in conflict. Learn to be in celebration mode. Learn from women. Learn to be inclusive. And most importantly, Patriji upheld the value of freedom, free will, that every individual has a consciousness coming to live their life at their own accord. And so then interference can never be there. And we've seen him an entire lifetime. Despite of growing such a massive movement, giving that freedom to operate for everyone to evolve and thrive within a framework, within a platform of spiritual science, which truly says that we all have infinite paths to know ourselves. And so he allowed that to happen. But he created guidelines, never created rules. He created 18 guiding principles, but it's up to an individual how much to do and how much not to do. There's no rule. Recognizing that every individual is different. Every individual is consciousness. Every individual has their own plan and a purpose. One thing is there that all individuals are definitely moving towards realizing their godhood, developing their mastery, and becoming great friends. These things are for sure there. That is common to everyone. A great friend to everything, a great mastery of our life, and so then we can live in full purpose. So he constantly encouraged, know yourself, find out your purpose. He believed in purpose. And so then for that, he encouraged to learn spiritual science. Scientific temperament is the foremost thinking process that he brought in. So that do not reject, do not accept anything, but then be very scientific in nature in understanding and exploring and investigating things before you take on to something. So it stays with you. And so then he constantly encouraged experimenting with life here, which means biggest thing that we have is a thought and how thoughts create reality. Then he constantly encouraged experimenting with life after life by exploring into the astral worlds, exploring about all other bodies that are there in meditation. Scientific temperament. Explore thoughts create reality. Explore to see how you can create your own reality. Scientific temperament. Do not reject past life. Do not reject a channeling material. Do not reject astral travel. Do not reject your ability to go and meet masters in the energy field. And so constantly encourage learning and then experimenting. Everything that he taught is by example. When I learned going into the detail of corrections, I would see him. I would go into the detail of writing anything. He believed that whatever we put out, impeccability is his hallmark. Impeccability of speech, impeccability of words that we write, impeccability of the way we think, we carry things. He was very, very particular how you serve, how you cut vegetables, how you cook, going into the detail. Consciousness, it demonstrates itself. When you look at a plant, look at the finer perfections of it. It works through the detail. It demonstrates it. When he corrected a brochure, when he reviewed a brochure, then word by word, he never simply delegated word by word. If it was there cooking, then you made sure that is giving full attention, going into the detail. After working with him, I learned what it means to be going through to refine whatever that we think, whatever that we write, refine by going into the detail. Always encourage newness. Rarely a cut paste, never a cut paste thing, always new. Be spontaneous. Childlike nature means not adhering to a specific fixed guidelines and being able to be spontaneously go. You would go onto a stage. While we would have thought that you will teach, you will do a big science of meditation lecture, you would simply make somebody just speak, and he would not speak. I'll simply take people to meditation and then say, now today's lecture is over. Spontaneity and then impeccability. Simplicity, simplifying. He always believed that truth has to be simply taught, that it has to be in simple words. I was challenged with a problem, a board level challenge at Pyramid Valley. Everywhere challenges are there. I spoke to him for 15 minutes. He was careful, you're listening. That's his way of helping others to heal. At the end of 15 minutes, he simplifies the solution. He said simply, your issue is like a cyclone in a teacup. As a boardroom issue was going on for months, he said, a cyclone in a teacup. It gave highest amount of clarity that are sufficient for me to keep that issue at where it needs to be, not grow it and grow it and grow it in my mind. And the spirituality coded into two words: no complaints, no judgments. When I look back, it means that we take ownership to our lives. That's what it means. When you do no complaints, no judgments, it means that we are taking ownership. We are figuring out a way to accept the present situation. We're figuring out a way to go into creation process. No complaints, no judgments. Just these two words, if we practice in our life, everything will be added automatically. Zen masters always are by themselves. So the first teaching when I came in, and I loved it, is be a light unto yourself. We encourage independence. You are your own master, you got to solve your own challenges by your own energy, your own understanding. So you constantly encourage people to be independent, to live on their own. That's the way for liberation from suffering. So for him, relationships means mere friendships. He encourages friendship first, and so then everything else can stay when there is fundamental friendship between two individuals. Everything else will stay. When you have friendship with an animal, that will stay forever in any circumstance. Be enlightened to yourself was his constant teaching, constant teaching. And so then he ensured that no one ever is coming dependent on him by being Zen-like. If somebody fell on his feet, he would fall on their feet. If somebody said, I'm here only because of you, he said, it's because of your meditation. Somebody said, my greatest guru, he said, breath is your guru, not me. He constantly reminded people that they have something with them and that meditation is there with them to realize themselves to be on their own. He was a master of so much of inclusiveness and true enlightened understanding that he always said and encouraged, what is life? Read, learn from everyone. Learn from everyone. Truly believed, embracing infinity, and if you've got God consciousness, that means then you're embracing infinity. So then there isn't a limitation of who is that you learn from. Everyone is there, that you are that everyone, and so then you naturally learn from everyone. So I encourage reading from all masters. Another important point that I really liked and why I stayed with this grandmaster, he would constantly would say, read Swami Rama, read Yoga Paramahamsa, read Richard Bach, read Barbara Brennan, Barbara Marcinak, read Dawson Church, everybody who aligned to the fundamental spiritual science truth that we are gods, that there is infinite potential for us, that our thoughts bring reality. Anyone aligned to these three truths that he constantly encouraged. Where the truths are making us realize our infinity, realize our godhood, and then live the greater life here than a tiny minimalistic life here. From the day one that I met him, he had this vision. He dreamt of saying and saying and saying, Dhyana Jagat, Dhyana Bharat. The courage he had, the empowerment he had to say those words, even when he was in the small group and early days, Dhyana Bharat, Dhyana Jagat. He truly believed that if we are consciousness, we can make that impact. He never bothered about time. Time and goals were there only to channelize the energy, but beyond that, they didn't have any meaning to him. So that empowerment that every individual must see, must meet meditation, must adopt meditation, that he was constantly saying, kept ringing in my ears, always. And then recognize that if we are with his consciousness, then we are here. To live in the consciousness means to spread that consciousness, same thinking, same understanding, that everyone must become a meditator on the planet. Everyone must become greatest friend to our animal brotherhood. Greatest friend. There cannot be love in somebody's heart if there is no friendship with the animals out there. Not prima facie possible. But I truly believe he worked for animal rights, worked for animal freedom, voicing about it significantly. So spending time with him is consciousness that we are givers of meditation, we're givers of friendship to everybody, is deeply ingrained to me and to thousands and thousands of pyramid masters and to Buddha CEOs. Let's go into meditation. The grandmasters give inspiration to look into our life to see what is the meaning of my life. If their life is that, what is the meaning of my life? If they're able to become that, what can I do? This is how I had seen myself. What is my dharma? Swadharma and paradharma. Live in my dharma. My dharma can easily be revealed to me through meditation, is what he constantly said. Go into meditation, do what is your dharma. I do something, what is yours? And they constantly encourage people to find their purpose. And then I believe meditation service, giving meditation service is the greatest dharma that everybody would have who eventually come into meditation. But you figure this out in your own way, in your own path, your own attempts. So it makes us question ourselves. If I am associated with this greatest master, by being in this program today, then it helps us to question ourselves and say, what can I be? What can I be? What is my best version that I can be? If he is someone who is able to influence millions and millions of people, is able to bring so much of joy to the lives of many, and his work is entirely in rural India. He believed that everyone is eligible for it. Everyone is eligible for this great knowledge. Whereas everyone is conscious. And he said, talk to people as if they're souls, not human bodies. As he believed that every individual must have this, and so then his entire world has been where it is most neglected by everyone else, which is in rural India, which is in countryside, which is for underprivileged, poor. A Zen master does not differentiate, does not distinguish, and it goes everywhere. And so we take that inspiration to look at this Grandmaster's teachings once again on his birthday, on his occasion. The energy that was there, brought in by many, many celestial beings to bring an incarnation onto the planet, is most certainly is remembered, is most certainly brought back today again. Through the remembrance of many of us of his teachings, his consciousness. And so is the case. A lot takes place to bring a master into the planet as a reincarnation. Reincarnation is there to simply be there from the day they come on, they're constantly are thinking about others, constantly is giving. And Patriji gave meditation the highest enablement process and knowledge. So let's go into meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself. We're practicing breath meditation. We will listen. Some of the masters who are associated walked with him for a long time, including our chief mentor, Padma Shri Karthikeyan sir, who will join. And some of the masters who've been there, Maheshwari madam and others, to see what their inspirations have been and how it can be meaningful to us. And so we contemplate on that today. So relax yourself. Sit comfortably. Relax your body, dear friends, with your eyes closed. Let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. Your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably resting in your lap. Be with your breath, dear friends. With your eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, rested comfortably. Observe your breath. Friends, at this time, let's express gratitude to all things and everyone. To this Grand Master Brahmarshi Patriji, who introduced this simplest meditation and simplest wisdom that empowered every individual. Your gratitude to all your teachers and mentors, your parents, people in your life, all the mineral kingdom, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, angelic kingdom. Gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the companies, the governments. Gratitude to yourself and to this intelligent universe. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Relax your body. Recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. That's meditation with Patriji's music through and through. He's a great flutist. He dedicated his flute only for meditation. Without losing further time, let me invite one of our guest masters who has traveled with him, Maheshwariji, for more than 25 years. From the very early days, and she is director at PMC Telugu channels, the strong proponent of this whole wisdom of Patriji, travels extensively around the world, founder of Bala Vikas, a beautiful organization nurturing children from very early age to get into meditation, and then constantly always there in every project, any and every project of PSSM. And I admire Buddha CEO too. Yes, Maestro Madam.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. I'm very happy to be part of this great celebration of life of a grandmaster. So, as Chandraji introduced me, I started this journey in the 95, but my sincere and serious journey started in the year 96. So, in that adolescent age, generally we are interested in many other things. But the way Patriji used to speak and communicate, the friendly nature, what he used to call people as my dear masters and my dear friends and gods. So he used to live that, whatever he used to say. So always that friendly nature and the trekkings in the years 96, 97, 98, connection with the nature, all those things attracted me to this movement and Patriji's simplicity. So always He used to talk in a very, very, very simpler terminology. Till then, meditation spirituality means. Is it clear? I'm listening to some voice.
It's clear to us. I don't have an echo.
Okay. So always introducing the concept in a simpler form, and especially he used to always talk about the common sense. So the way we have to speak, Vakshetra, he used to give a lot of importance to every word we speak. And even his write-ups, whatever pamphlets or anything, so that he used to like the every word he used to ensure that it is written in a proper way. So whatever we write, we speak, that is a signal for the universe, he used to say. So all those things inspired me a lot. So being a grandmaster, he used to look into every little thing to ensure that it is in a proper way. So he taught by living the example. Is a living example in that manner. So a friendly person, a guide, we can always like whatever is there without asking only, he is to know that we have something to ask. So whenever I meet him, he used to ask, shoot a question. So that is way of his communication. So always every minute to live purposefully, to gain something. So again, that again inspired me a lot. So not a casual talk or greeting. If we say good morning, good evening, good night, he used to scold us because every minute is great. He used to say to learn something, to teach something, to experience something. So again, every word that correcting the every little thing. If we ask, sir, how are you? He used to scold. I am very fine. That is why I am here. You are very fine. That is why you are here in this program. So again, he used to correct it. So all those things, every little thing, like whatever he used to give attention to the way we eat, the way we speak, the way we behave at different places, all that I learned from him. And meditation spirituality till childhood, my parents used to take me to different programs, but to meet that master, to touch the feet of that master, we have to pay a lot of amount, we have to be in the queue and all. Whereas this grandmaster used to come home, used to cook food, how to cook food, he used to teach that also, how to cut a vegetable, that spiritual and scientific temper, big pieces, he used to ask us to cut those vegetables also. So, sir, why such a big piece? One potato means only 4 pieces. So then he used to say that we should not lose the nutritive value. So it is always he used to mix that scientific and spiritual temper and talk about that prana shakti, why we have to eat the food right after cooking within an hour and so. So everything he used to teach us. He used to literally he used to practice and teach us. So questioning attitude, he used to encourage a lot, right question. So he always, whenever he see adults and people or youngsters or whoever, shoot a question. So always like he used to, instigate that till we ask that question, whatever we have, get the clarity, he used to encourage, discuss. In a common, like two friends, how we chit chat and learn from each other. Likewise, we used to communicate with Patriji. And whatever rallies or any program, when the program is designed, right from the planning to execution, everywhere he used to like literally guide us for those programs. And sometimes we used to hesitate, not believing our capacity or mastery, but he used to like encourage, you can do that, you can give that freedom also. So when I wanted to actually, I traveled with Patriji for many years. In 99, when the Dhyana Yajnas started, I'm studying in Tirupati. So Patriji used to come to Tirupati very frequently. So whenever Sar is there, I used to go and meet him. In one day, actually, I came from the field, no time to take food, and by 6:30 in the evening, I had to come back to the hostel and give that presence. So I went direct from the field. I went to Patriji, where he used to stay in a hotel, so Bhimas in Tirupati. So, but I'm too hungry and to have food, but just to don't want to miss the master, I directly went. He is such a wonderful master. There I went and I wanted to talk. Since it's a hotel room, I am hesitating to go inside. When I went there, He just asked me to open the door and put the knob, and then immediately said, "Madam, I'm feeling so hungry. What do you want to eat? Even I want to eat something. I'm feeling so hungry." Then I said, "Sir, I want to eat dosa and all." So when the dosa and everything came, I'm feeling hungry. When he offered, I'm just literally eating that dosa. So when I completed, I lifted my head. Patriji is looking like a mother looking at a child, like, and he's so happy that I'm having that food. So then I realized that he's not having anything actually. "Sir, you didn't start taking the dosa," I said. "No, now my stomach is full, complete," he said. So that is Patriji. He knows what we want, every little thing, even the food to what we want to. When I faced certain struggles in my life, he taught me what books will help me in that phase. He suggested wonderful books. By reading those books, actually, that knowledge helped me to come out of those all that struggle. Like, I got the confidence, like every problem is a challenge to learn something, to stretch us something more, to make us learn, and it will extend us to the highest potential, to realize our highest potential. So all those books, whatever he suggested, I used to read. That book reading actually helped me. And he also, whenever we want to meet Patriji, when we used to meet Patriji, a book in his hand, either he used to correct a book, experience of other person, or he used to read a book, and immediately he used to share that knowledge of that book, and he asked us to read those books. So whatever he learned, he tried to give back to the people. So that is one thing. And whenever he used to say something, he used to say that this is from this book. This master has quoted this. This great personality has said this. That's he used to attribute, and he used to be grateful to that master always. That is what I learned from him actually. So nothing like he used to own that this is my invention, or I am telling this. So whatever he studies from other master, from the life of another yogi, he used to quote their name also. So that is one more thing, like giving being grateful to the master, their wisdom and everything. And Patrisi, generally, if we have something, like we want to start something, but we are hesitating, he used to ask, "Then, sir, I want to do this thing." Immediately, he used to say, "Yes." There is no, any time to any master. So that S is great thing what I learned. That the same thing now I am following in my life with my daughter or with anybody, whoever I meet. Start respecting their knowledge, their wisdom, whatever way they can do. People will do in a different pattern. Everybody doesn't have the same thing. Their execution planning may be different ways. So that he used to welcome. He used to give that utmost freedom to operate, to execute that program. So that is how I started this Balvikas. When 99, I started attending this Dhyana just 2002 when I had my daughter. So I used to attend when she's 3 months old, I went to Dhyana Yajna. Then I realized that there should be a separate platform for children because parents can't leave them at room. They want to attend this great wisdom. And Patriji always used to tell that if we start meditating from the early childhood, it will give us a lot of strength and resilience, especially emotional balance. So and he used to tell the example of Lord Krishna, how he started meditating from the age of 4, and Hanuman. So that inspired me a lot. When they can do meditate and become so much energetic, and Chamatkara did all that. So he used to say that every one of us are the same. We can do the same thing. If we practice meditation, we are not lesser than any Krishna or any Rama or any Hanuman. So that again inspired me to teach meditation to children from very early age. So when I wanted to show that, sir, this is what I wanted to do in Balvikas, he said, "You have done masters in child development, so you are the right person. No need to ask me. When you have that mastery, when you have that clarity, you yourself can do that." So that is his greatness. He never, once he believes a person that he has a capacity to take up something, he never used to interfere. Even for suggestion, I wanted to, "You have the clarity, go ahead," he said. So that much confidence he gave us to take up a job. And he asked me to go to tribal pockets to teach meditation to tribal communities. There I went. He suggested how these links will help them, how they are protecting the nature. He said we have to be get connected, grateful to the tribal masters. They're protecting every little bit of the forest and all those things, making the right use of those things. So when I went there, that time I used to I used to use this masala for this chart. This sabji means this kind of masala should be there, all these ingredients. But when I went to tribal area, by seeing their lifestyle, without even sometimes not all ingredients are not there, but still they are happy with whatever they are getting. So when I went there, when he asked me to go there, I didn't hesitate a bit also, because I know Patriji asked me means there is some work, there is something which I can contribute there. So when I went there, that established the linkage with the government systems, with my earlier job knowledge and everything. Then he asked me one day, Madam, how are you feeling there? So then I started, Sir, now I actually really connected to nature. I thought that by attending all the trekkings and all those things, I am very much connected. But now I am learning how to live in the nature, in the present moment. Whatever the things we have, we can happily live in the with those ingredients. And first, I wanted to change the tribal community, their lifestyle, their food eating, and all. But I realized that they are very happily living in the present moment with whatever they have. So no need to change any of those things. We just need to add that spiritual knowledge and the right way of doing seva and all that. I again realized. So Patriji always try to give us the right way of looking at things, what we can learn, how we can learn from people. And once we did a great vegetarian rally at the tribal area, and Patriji came to Vishakhapatnam. Every one of us meeting. So one of the madam, she came and she everything like she told, sir, we did the rally in the tribal pocket. It is so went on so well. Local people participated and everything. Wow, that's great, madam. Every little word, she whatever she's saying, he's nodding his hand and adding to that and putting some questions. And again, after some time, one more master came. He doesn't know that she already updated. He again started updating about the same rally. Again, Patrice is listening to that experience as if he's listening to the first time. Oh, that's so great that so many people participated, government people participated. Again, one more person came. Again, we started. Then one of the madam who actually updated in the first, she asked, sir, I already updated. The other person told you, but still you are listening to this experience as if you are listening to the first time. Then he asked her, how many children you are having? She said, two children. Do you listen to both the children or only listen to the one daughter or son? She said, no, sir, I listen to both the person because they have different experiences from their college and other thing from the society. Then he said, see, everybody is like my child. They want to communicate something. They maybe have a different perspective and they feel so happy to share that with me. So we have to listen to that experience so that they'll feel happy and we will also gain a different perspective. The same rally, three people narrated in a different way. The main gist is same, but their observation is different. So now I got so many points from the three masters, he said. That is the simplicity and learning style of Patrici. Lakhs of people's experiences he listened, but still every experience of a master is to listen as if he is listening to the first time to that experience. So again, I learned that aspect of Patrici, listening to people. Generally, we have something when you know something, we are eager to share our point. We are to eager share our things. But he taught us we have to listen more to the other people. Then, if necessary, we have to open our mouth to share or add a point which is not there in that discussion. So again, the right way of listening also he taught us, not just listening to something, listening to those experiences, those whatever spiritual, even in meditation or dreams, whatever. Sometimes he used to scold if we too much analyze certain things. The same Patriji is like, I used to get all my experiences in the form of dreams. Whatever dream, I am a lucid dreamer. So whatever dream I used to get, in that some message and some things, whichever I used to see, those things used to manifest. Then I asked Patriji, Some people are sharing that they are getting so much in their meditation experience, but I am not able to get anything in my meditation, but I am seeing everything in my dreams. Then he said about the three kinds of experience, what we see in meditation, and sometimes we may see in our dreams, and sometimes daily day to day experiences, the coincidences. For that, you need to be very aware, he said. And he said how to manipulate dreams, how to analyze the dreams. So the general generic statements he used to give, but depending on the master's experiences and the stays, he used to give that extra knowledge. Then he taught me how to manipulate the dreams for the desired output also. Since I am a lucid dreamer, how to change the result of the dream. Then I asked Patriji, sir, is it right to change that experience because something has to happen? So that means we have to let it happen. We should not interfere, you say. Then he said, you should not interfere in others' experience, others' karmic pattern. But you can always have a choice of your life, what you want in your life. 50% destiny and 50% that free will. With that free will, you can change the result as you desire for the greater good of the people or the things. So again, I learned that. So it's so generic. Sometimes he sounds so generic, common statements, but same time he used to teach us. If it is required, he used to teach us that extra also. He used to give us that. So again, I learned that we should not teach the same thing to everybody. Based on their level of evolution, we have to suggest them. We have to give them that extra time to explore, to make them realize that they're capable of something which is not there in other person. So he used to respect the creative angle of everybody. He used to like ask us till we come up with the right directions and right statements. Every little thing, correcting every little thing, he used to believe that if it is right on the paper, it will be executed in the proper way. So every little quotation or a statement he used to correct. Once a major program we are doing in a tribal community, there is no actually phone communication also. We did a mistake that we have got that donor sticker on there. Then he said, this is a spiritual program. Whatever maybe he's donating, he should have that inclination that just once he gave that money means no expectation. And you should not also, we should not also encourage these kind of things. But again, that whole banner he asked us to change, it's not that that person's photo should be there. It's not the right place. It is the main dais banner. Again, he said where to put that logo of that person who donated that money, how to encourage and all. So every little thing, every senior master watched that. But once the Patriji came, his glance, his looking, his observation is so clear, crystal clear, like a X-ray unit. He just used to catch the things. So again, he corrected there. So we used to see like every little thing we have to take care when we are executing a program. So in every little way, he taught us so many things to share because the grandmaster lived the life. Whatever we have to learn and whatever we have to teach, everything first he practiced and then he taught us. So very happy to be part of this great celebration of the Grandmaster. So every time he made us realize our strength and take up the project, he taught us that oneness, how we need to encourage each other, collaborate, and share our wisdom and learn from other masters. So on this great day, that is physical birth on this planet Earth, I believe that it's a spiritual awakening day for many spiritual seekers. So fortunate to be with him and travel with him and learn from him, from this great grandmaster. Thank you, Chandraji, for inviting me for this wonderful celebration.
Awesome. Thank you, Maheshwari madam. So many messages, so much travel. You are traveling extensively now, as Patriji traveled. So really pleasure. Now, where are you going from here?
From here, I'm now going to Ongol. There is a place. One of the person he constructed a pyramid. He want to inaugurate on this day, and there is a wonderful way of celebration. So I have a session there. Now I have to catch up a train. I have to leave.
All right. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I know you are there in a rush. So thanks for taking time. So we will go back and rewind your messages. Everybody
Yes.
might shade a core message that you gave today of the many, many messages that Patriji was. Thank you. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
We do have Padmashri Karthikeyan sir. So Karthikeyan sir, you will share now, who is been a greatest friend to Patriji sir. Someone who Patriji sir so deeply respected. That on the day that he met, that Patriji met him, immediately told, you are going to bring all the world masters together. The day, first interactions. As he is our chief mentor, pharmacy director, and many more. Yes, sir, Karthikeyan sir, your sharings.
Namaste, everybody. A great day of remembrance and gratitude to a great master. As Dr. Chandra, you'll be surprised to know, address him as Dr. Chandra. Yes, you can certainly call him as Dr. Chandra because he has acquired enough knowledge and wisdom. And as you know, recently, a university recognized in Florida awarded him PhD, Dr. Honoris Causa. Well, there's no need to feel shy about it because most of the people whom we address as doctors, they're all given doctorate by some university or the other for their contribution, their knowledge in various fields of activities. No less than a formal doctorate. It's much more than that, their contribution. And so all of you can, without hesitation, and he also need not feel shy to accept it. So that's why I say Dr. Chandra. As Chandra explained, that was my first meeting with the great master. I can, in life we go through so many episodes, incidents, but certain events get registered in your memory. Though at that time, it may appear to be an ordinary event, but you are able to recall that. First time I'm meeting, he was on the mic in Satyasai Nigamagam in Hyderabad. He was on the mic as we entered with Reverend Alex Arbito, the famous psychic surgeon. And the way he addressed me, and as he went up, he touched my feet also. Good, that is the great quality of the great master. Not only a man of great wisdom and enlightenment, he also had a great humility. When he said, my dear masters, my dear gods, he could recognize the divinity in each one, everyone, whether we are aware of it or not, he is able to recognize or at least make us realize. That's how he lives in the hearts of millions of people today. Though a man hailing from a very, very simple middle-class family with no great advantage of birth, just, he is inclined always towards spirituality. And he attended the 10-day Vipassana course. 10 days you have to sit through with 2 simple meals and the whole day observing sensations of the body. But for Patriji, the 1 day of steering is good enough. He said at the end of the day, first 3 days are devoted to Anapanasati meditation. But for this great master, at the end of the day, he told me, how did he spend 10 days there? I couldn't spend more than a day. At the end of the day, It was already there, there was nothing new for him. Obviously, it just gave him a stimulus. And then he got the enlightenment. He came out and he said, the joy, contentment, peace I enjoy, I should spread it to everybody. Not everybody can go through the Vipassana meditation for 10 days sitting there. So he simplified it, made it intelligible to anyone, whether it's a man on the street, illiterate person, or a scholar. And as like great masters have done in history, you have seen in every tradition, religion, they were just not happy with what they attained. They wanted to spread that knowledge, wisdom to as many others as possible. And he tirelessly traveled from home to home, village to village, city to city, and country to country. You all know what happened in his lifetime. In just 40 years of his enlightenment, he made it possible to spread this knowledge of meditation, simplest form of meditation, anapanasati, also meditation under the pyramid, also meditation with music. This is all his original contribution. Normally, we feel meditation can be done only in silence. He said, no, meditation can be done. In fact, it can be enhanced with music. And he found meditation under the pyramid is more powerful. It's only started by him. In his lifetime itself, we have seen build small and small, big pyramids like Bangalore and Hyderabad, and hundreds and thousands of pyramids in various places, at homes and other places. Without any advantage. He neither had a great formal education, nor advantage of birth in a very prominent family, nor wealth, nor the support of your community. All out of his own inherent energy and strength and wisdom. Yes, Chandra said, first he said, then he took a great liking for me and my good fortune. At that time, I was busy with so many other things also. But he pursued me again and again, called without getting tired. So if he calls me after some time, I used to go once, and he made me so comfortable, gave me so much of love and affection, treated me more as a friend and a philosopher than in Guru and all that. But in his own way, he won me over by his own love and humility, hospitality, kindness. I was wondering how a person can spend so much time with so many people. Not only that, not only he inspired people to do meditation, he made them get out of their shell and came and shared their experiences, made them write articles and books. Amazing achievement in a short life on the planet. But he used to tell me about Dhyan Andhra Pradesh. You know very well those days, there are many families, not only Andhra Pradesh, in many places, there are some families, they cannot have the meal without the smell of a meat. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they used to eat so much of meat. In such an atmosphere, he had the courage, wisdom, and energy to travel around, tell them, stop eating meat, don't kill animals. They also have the life to live. They are not created to be consumed by you. And he converted several lakhs of people into vegetarianism. And he had the courage to lead processions wherever they possible, protecting animals, vegetarianism. For him, meditation and vegetarianism are equally important. And where is it out of compassion? Then later on we find, and science also proved that plant-based diet is the best, healthier, healthy for the planet, healthy for individuals, compassion, kindness, ethical and all these things. The other day, you all heard a couple of days back, Chandra giving all details of the power of vegetarianism and how the great philosophers, scientists, masters have been vegetarians and promoting it. Today, every day you find a finding comes from the scientific community also. So he had a vision at that time itself, first itself. I remember he's telling that his own, he was not going to his own family members who do not believe in vegetarianism. So like that, friends, we can keep talking about him for hours together. A great man, a good man, a noble man, a kind-hearted man, a simple person. And another thing I liked about his accepting the virtues in all traditions and religions, which I believe in always. Vegetarianism, accepting all systems, all traditions, and quoted from all scriptures. Such a wide, I don't know where he found the time to read all the books all the time traveling. And not only that, he assimilated it and proudly promoted all those ideas and books and all that. He made millions of people read, write, speak about that now and all that thing. So he is a great of remembrance. So, of course, everybody born has to go one day because that is the law of nature. Otherwise, the planet Earth cannot bear so many people. Everybody is born, do their karma, do their best, and go. But very rarely a person like Brahmarshi Patriji who attained so much in such a short time, enjoyed, spread it. Dhyan Andhra Pradesh, then Dhyan Bharat, then Dhyan Jagat. He used to tell me, share with me. I used to wonder, he said, maybe a simple man does this thing, but he did it. We have seen that happening. And created many masters. And also he said, my dear God. I used to say, what is God thing? My dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, when he says that, because he was not saying it as a formality, because he realized the truth in the great Mahavakyas like Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi and all that. This is not, it's a concept accepted by our own traditions thousands of years back. And even in Christianity, they said God created a man in his own image. He realized it. He realized the potential in everyone. That's why he could respect everybody. He could inspire people to follow certain things so that they realize their divine nature. Once you realize your divine nature, then oneness, accepting everybody. Then once you are inclusive, naturally, where is the question of hating somebody? Accepting somebody, respecting everybody. That's why a message is spread all over the world now. Well, the body has to go. You have seen in the history, in all tradition religions, people consider the avatars, they also have to shed the body one day. So having done more than what anyone can do in a lifetime, he had to leave the planet Earth. And I have been repeatedly telling, history is full of such stories that when such great masters, having done what they could in their lifetime, when they leave the body, after being released from the confines of the physical, their message spreads much faster. They become more energetic. Spiritual energy spreads. That's how many of the persons he calls it as masters and gods, their own way, they are spreading the knowledge, sharing their experiences and promoting. And of course, among them, people who are especially, what should I say, given, fortunate, took up his message, spreading the knowledge of meditation, vegetarianism, meditation with music, meditation in the pyramid, more seriously, and been studying it. There are many masters whom I know, I have seen in their own way. One such fortunate, gifted person is Dr. Chandrasekhar. He, along with his gifted wife, Vani, and a team of young masters, founded this Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation. Again, another act of great courage to spread it to the corporate world. And you have seen last 5 years how much they have been able to reach, tirelessly working every morning and evening, traveling ceaselessly, and producing literature of great value and accepted now all over the world. Yes, Patriji's vision is being fulfilled. As you know, when the body goes, but the soul is very much there, the world beyond. There are so many concepts, but wherever it is, Brahmanishi Patriji is very happy to see his message being carried all over the world, many times more effectively thanks to the media and thanks to the pyramid, quantum, thanks to the COVID pandemic. We have found the method of going on Zoom platform where in one place can go to several thousands of people, young and old, educated, not so educated, scientists, all of them more and more accepting, doing research, coming out with findings about what Patriji promoted when he started the whole process now. So many are happy. I'm so happy now we have got all over the world it's happening. Thousands of pyramids have come up and millions of people have become vegetarians. Of course, it's a long way to go because, people are used to certain traditions, practices. It's not easy, but once they are in the path, they realize the value and then they become vegetarians. So millions of not only the people, but millions and millions of animals, small and big, they are grateful to Patriji because it's because of one man's staunch advocacy of vegetarianism they are able to live. Otherwise, they would have been consumed. Now, what you can do on a day like this, of course, not that we remember him only one day. They're a great master, they live in our hearts every day, all the time. But it's a special day, is to rededicate ourselves, not only like Goenka ji, who brought Vipassana from back from Burma to India after 2,550 years, and like Patriji, after one day of Vipassana, he is able to spread to millions of people. Each one of us have a duty. They all did it because they wanted to spread it like that. Each one of us can contribute to this great life-saving movement. You know what's happening in the world, I don't have to tell you. The whole world is under turmoil. You don't have to explain. Many parts of the world are in turmoil, fighting with each other, killing each other. And governments are spending trillions and trillions of dollars how to make more dangerous, potent weapons to destroy more people. Competition, including nuclear weapons, the threat is very much there. When their own people are starving, when they're dying out of curable diseases, Still, all this madness is happening because of the greed. We have seen United Nations failing totally in spite of their efforts. All great leaders talk about global peace, but what's happening? Newer and newer diseases, addiction. Addictions are worse, and the people, more than COVID and pandemic, the pandemic which is threatening the whole existence of individuals on the planet is depression, stress. For all that, to save the planet from total destruction, to create a world without war, where people can live in peace, with justice, respecting each other. The only surest technology is dhyana, meditation. Unfortunately, few of us have come on this path now. Having realized it, let us rededicate ourselves to spread this knowledge to as many as possible and support this movement. Of course, it is this. I asked Patriji, Goenka, you also asked, obviously making meditation, even Vipassana, 10 days people stay, you give them food, and then no charge. They said, this is a life-transforming technology. What price can you put to this priceless thing? So that's how it's been spreading now. But here, because of this technology and all that, there are many youngsters living up their corporate earnings. They join voluntarily. Some are comfortable in life. Some need to be supported. All the technology, all these things cost money. So I would appeal to each one of us now, support it. The moment, the least you can do is spread about the power of meditation. Encourage people to join. Secondly, wherever possible, you do volunteering and support this movement. Thirdly, if you can afford it, if you are benefited by meditation, make your own contribution, resources, financial, so that the wheel of dharma can be spread much faster and more people can be meditated. So unless we create a world of meditation, there is no future for the world, for our children and grandchildren now. So, so let us make our own contribution and rededicate our lives to the memory of the great master, Param Rishi Patriji. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Karthikeyan sir. As you indicated, Patriji strongly believed vegetarianism. Of many messages that you give, thank you. Vegetarianism was so close to his heart. He always believed that when vegetarianism comes on planet, then all the conflicts will resolve. So thank you, sir, for being a great friend and then being such a great supporter of this movement and meditation. You truly believe and embark those values of meditation every day. I've seen so many functions. Now you go, you quote, talk about this. So much of awareness. So thank you for this message today. Thank you, sir. Yes, friends, we have our final master sharing, and I will take quickly some of our Buddha CEOs who express. Someone who traveled with Patriji sir, Sujata madam, again for 25 years plus, which is met him and then had around sadhana, continued, runs Chandrasekhara Mahaswami Pyramid, every day travels into rural areas. Patriji's lifestyle has been to travel in rural areas, and she is traveling in rural areas, teaching children, villages, meditation, and many more things. And then teaches, of course, on Buddha's platform regularly, and then heads of Vizag chapters. Yes, madam.
Pranam to all the great masters, and my heartfelt gratitude to Maharishi Patriji sir. His birthday is a special day for all of us. In my life, I learn from everyone. But for me, the very, very basic things and my passion of the carrying service has been fulfilled by three people: my father, Patri sir, and Chandra sir. From Patri sir, I've seen one thing: encouragement. And teaching younger generation, the moment I said schools and colleges I want to go and I just to do this way, I'm explaining. He said, Madam, you will do it. I got reminded of my father, encouragement. I learned from him that. So when we say something, immediately he says that. And not only that, he says one thing: when you close your eyes, you can see what you cannot see when you open your eyes. We all have experienced this. And Vakshetra, every time, whatever it comes from your mouth, it changes your life. I always admire this, and I really understood the depth of it. And what all great sentences just now Karthikeyan sir has mentioned. All great scripture sentences. He made it so simple. If you go through Tulsi Dalam, you will understand. So in my life, whatever we are doing, I understood. It is because of all these great masters and their support. And one more thing, when we are doing it, any work, he says that energy must be there. So that energy is nothing but our passion. So he told us one thing: whatever you do, you enjoy, live in present, and no interference. And Vakshetra, reading is always been, or it should followed by implementation and love and care. And I just say only one incident. When he visited our center, I think that was the last time he visited. That day, night, so many people accompanied. Usually, sir comes with so many. Within short notice, we all could enjoy his presence. But that night, no power, and it was not a whole day. And full day, the power was coming. Though inverter was there, the power was going and coming. And I was there for some time down, and again I went up to sir and I was sitting. And in the morning, when I asked him, Sir, it was painful for you. I'm really sorry. Then he said, Madam, this is a great experience. Even now, tears comes to my eyes. Anything, if you accept, it is a great experience. I learned from him that do whatever best you can do. No expectations, no comparisons, no competitions. Do your best. Do your best. It is what always he has exemplified. He never says anyone, you do this, you do that. But he always become an example and role model and God for all of us to live the life and to align our life purpose. The only meditation we have to really practice. And that he has given all of us. And not only that, when we are doing work, we always feel we have to do it a little more in a better way and all. He tells one thing: whatever you are doing, that is the best man. So encouragement, 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 and the planning is perfect. You know, that day also, as just now Mahesh madam said, morning first thing he corrects the write up whatever he is sending or anything. He is very focused. In my center there is one Sakahara spelling has been some area it was printed wrong. Madam, that Sakahara I've seen, sir. Till then nobody noticed except me, but he has noticed within no time. That is the Grand Master's vision. So every one of us we do work, but when we are doing with happiness and purity, no expectations, then we can do our best. So Patri sir's his spirit is always within us. And when this Buddha CEO project has been started, I thought he not the right person, because it has to reach the areas where nobody can reach. So we are really able to do that because of his intentions. When intentions are pure, we can do any work. So Patri sir, always he said one thing: your actions speak louder than your words. Our actions, our actions are very important. So karma kshetra, when we follow, when we listen to our heart, we do our best. So Patri sir, thank you Chandra for giving me this opportunity, and I should thank you all also for making me a part of this work, which I always enjoy and cherish. And I'm ever grateful to all the great masters. And here I'll say one thing: all are great masters. All are great masters, including a small insect and small flower, a small book, a small listener who is listening attentively to our actions and words. Thank you so much. We will continue this work and will keep up the spirit of Patrice's dream. It is the entire universe dream. Thank you. Thank you for your kind opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata madam. I remember that event that you narrated. There's no need for him to, first of all, come and stay in a place where power not there, come and go most of the time. You could easily have gone. So many people have offered to go from there. But he loved everybody's work. That's so much that he always wanted to be there. And of course, every event is an experience, example that you want to demonstrate, an experience that you can learn from it, including his death, his transitioning that he taught as the greatest experience to thousands of masters, to say how you can at will go, and then two, how you can be in the presence of energies of masters, how we can teach death as just a transitioning experience, is how he made it happen. Remember why he held on to for 3 days until all the masters assigned arrived there, and then he vacated his body. Right. So thank you for sharing. Just be there. So thank you, friends. And so let's have some masters here who either met him or were inspired with his teachings, and then take their brief messages before we conclude for today. And then today evening we have batch 2. Then I will be there coming with more masters who worked with him to share their learnings, right? So we start with Rakeshji. Rakeshji, our trustee, and deeply inspired with our work. And of course, Patriji's simplicity and everything that from there. Ever since I came into meditation, so much is happening from Buddha Say Quantum Foundation. And now the CTO for B Supermind Technology to truly realize Patriji's dream worldwide to every individual. Energy and the technology has to be used. That's what is driving and spearheading. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Chandra sir. And one thing that whenever I think about Patriji is about his ability to go into details. First time when we published our magazine, Buddha CEO, there's so much of effort that had gone in, so much of reviews that had gone in, and we put in. We felt so good about it. And we met him in Hyderabad. And of course, he congratulated us. He felt, it was really good. And then he was looking at it and he would just say, all the headings has to be, uniform. He would look at it, every detail, even after it has gone into, it's published. So I realized, and of course, he was in the middle of so many people who were like, looking for his guidance, looking to talk to him. It is not that he had spent a lot of time, and yet he was there giving so much of attention to those details. And I realized, I mean, that is the true sense of a master who can go into details where required. And of course, personally for me, I mean, when I first met him, again, the other aspect of him that I always loved was the simplicity. First time when I met him in Bali, he was talking, and then he said, every meditator should have these 5 things. He or she should know to cook. He or she should know to read, drive, use computers, and learn music. And in those 5 things, he said, everything about how you really have to go beyond your normal, I mean, your comfort zone. So it was amazing, and of course, his presence was amazing. Whatever that everybody had a lot of questions. For me, when I met him, absolutely no question. I used to, and of course, there's a lot of questions in me before that. After coming into meditation, there's so much of questions about what is this, what is that. But the moment I met him, there are absolutely no questions. Chandraji would say, and everybody would say, no, ask questions, but there's no question. What can I ask him? That is the energy. I mean, Sujata madam spoke about the energy. He was that energy. There's so much of presence. The only thing that I can say is I learned most just watching him. So much of compassion that he had. Even when he would scold somebody, there was so much of love and compassion that we could see. Ability for him to listen to anything and everyone, whoever it is. He was listening so intently. I really feel fortunate to have been in his presence, learned so much in this first 2 years of my practice. Most of my transformation was because of what he spoke, that I truly was able to take as much as I could. So thank you, Chandraji, and again, I'm continue to learn from him through the masters that he created, and that's the beautiful thing. He was somebody who would just give out so much of knowledge. So many masters have learned through him, and they are taking that message. So we don't feel there is no loss. He's always mentioned that there is no loss, there is no death, which I realize now because that teaching is continuing to be there. None of us are missing his teachings. It's not an individual, but it's a teaching that we care about. And he embodied that. And of course, there are many, many things that we can learn from him, and we continue to learn from him. Whole Enlightenment Hour series that he did, such a simplified messages that he shared. I'm really fortunate to have been at least be part of many of the things that we are doing through his teachings. Thank you. Thank you, Chandra.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you, Rakesh. So, bringing those 5 points, I'll come back to that. Yes, Nagendra, a brief message from you. Your inspiration from Patriji.
So I did not get a chance to meet Patriji, but whenever I go to Pyramid Valley, while I was meditating in near Kabir Bhavan, in meditation, I was actually playing a flute, and he was sitting next to me. He had a small flute in his hand. That day, I realized what Rakesh sir mentioned. Cooking, reading books, music, driving, and learning computer. Um, the inspiration is I have listened to his videos and I have listened about him, and I know what I am now because of Buddha CEO and the PSSM, with the service and being with the such a masters what he created, the PSSM movement. So many people got inspired, and their life got transformed. I am one of them. I have much gratitude to PSSM and Patriji sir. That's all I would like to say, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Nagendra. Yes, forever gratitude, deep gratitude to him. Chandraji, very brief message from you.
Oh God, good morning to everybody. I feel this is like a manifestation for me because I can see all the people recently as if here I'm sitting and imagining what will happen now. I can see Chandra sir coming here, Rakesh ji was here, everybody was here. And one thing I have to say today, I want to somehow attend this because I'm so involved in that Satisai children's program and stuff. So I missed a few days, but today I don't want to miss it, Patriji's thing, because I am not blessed to be in his physical form, existence time. I haven't met him. When I joined 2021, I was seriously joined 2021. And then his thing, he's passed away in 2022. I didn't know he's gone, but I was asking everybody, where is he in the Zoom? I didn't know who that person was. But now, after I saw him, first thing I did was I did his portrait because he is so impressive. Everything, his face, even his beard, everything I felt like energetic. It's lively. That speaks to me. If I keep a picture, he's just looking at me and going into my consciousness and asking me some question. I don't know, that is like my own consciousness is asking me. That's so wonderful. Today, when I hear that lady, what's her name? The first one. Maheshwari. Oh my God. I am so, such a blessing to hear her. She is full of energy, her face, everything. It's all Patriji's stamps, like the same reflection coming from her face, the things she is doing. I took so many things I learned. I am listening to from her. So that is all Patriji giving me the message through all of you, because I haven't met. The physical form is not, we have to go beyond the name and form, but the teaching lives. Their guidance lives. So I feel I have the 5 things: cooking, reading, writing, and also what is the other one? The teaching or whatever. But as Rakesh ji said, I am trying to learn more intricate details of the computer. Then I will be ready. I can give a check mark on me. But Patriji, I feel he is, as she said, as Mr. Karthikeyan sir was telling, he's like an avatar. That is definitely what is avatar. He's beyond, like our comprehension. I loved him whenever I'm hearing the way he approaches. It's like a childlike. I love it. I wish I should have met him. I'm not blessed that way because it's so easy to converse with him. Easy to get things from him. He's not like authoritative, sitting and asking things. You have to go and take a number to go near him or something. No, that's where I like Chandra sir too. When he came, we are all on him, all over and pulling him, asking him questions and stuff. That is the first freedom. Patriji was telling, free. You have to be free. You have to be uninhibited. Just whatever comes to you, just come out and talk. But sometimes, as Rakesh ji said, I agree with him, when beautiful talk is going on with such a powerful energy, it transmutes straight away into our heart. I have nothing to ask. I felt so many times with Chandra sir. Whenever it comes out, it is there. It's already reflected in my heart. Only thing is how that's going to guide me in my life. That is the basic thing. So many times I felt bad that I'm not able to come and do the, talk or teach or anything, but it's not that. It's a time for me. I am really, I have so much work waiting for me there for this service to the world, I have to do it. So that I got the message from those ladies when they talked. Such a wonderful way to share things. Because I used to question, what is there in listening to
Please
everybody?
join in the evening again at
Yeah.
9:30 p.m.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
English
I am so
session.
excited to see Chandra sir and
Batch
everybody.
2 will have more masters come and share.
Sure.
And if you understand
And
Telugu,
and
7:30 p.m. and in Telugu session, and
Yeah.
we have some amazing masters
have
who
to
have
go.
been doing great work there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chandra sir. Thank you,
Yes.
everybody, Rakesh.
Yes.
Neha.
Neha.
Yes, so feeling really great to be here on this great day. So yes, when I entered meditation, never met Patriji physically. So at that time, I thought, okay, I never got an opportunity to meet Patriji, but now I feel no, he's there, right? I'm trying to, if we try to live his teachings through, all of you have met him, and right now, as Chandra ma'am just said, just the picture in the backdrop speaks, it shows like he's speaking to me, and so many takeaways from today. Everyone who came here, from Maheshwari ma'am to Karthikeyan sir to Sujata ma'am, everyone, even Rakesh sir, so many takeaways. For me, attention to detail, and again, active listening, how he listened to everyone with so much keenness and right questioning. So right questioning and active listening, I felt are quite correlated. If somebody is questioning, there's other person who's listening. So there are so many takeaways. I don't know how do I sum it up in just 1 minute, but it was an amazing being here today. Felt like real celebrations and meeting Patriji right in front of me. Thank you so much, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, Neha madam. So thank you, dear friends. We'll assimilate all of this, we contemplate. And there's one thing that if there is something that grandmasters desire, the desire that this go to everyone. So we echo that back. And we contemplate on it. How can I give? How can I be the great master? How can I be a great friend? How can I be a godlike, which means constantly spread the joy? So there are things that we reflect upon. And we'll see you all, and those of you in Bangalore, do join us in Pyramid Valley this morning from 10 o'clock for meditation, and some more messages from speakers and masters there. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. And then we'll meet tomorrow to continue this 40-day program, Presence Journey, with manifestation science messages. We'll resume that from tomorrow. Thank you all. Yes.
So,
Yes.
announcement, just messaged there to everyone, the contact details of the foundation. Please feel free to reach if there are any queries or anything. Thank you.
Jaya ho, 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 Jaya ho.